Hi, Ella.
Hi, Ella.
Feel better, Ella, if you're sick. Who knows if you'll watch this. Hopefully, maybe you will. Even though today's 512, we're going to do the 521 Desmos because people voted that they wanted a Desmos day. We don't have math on Friday, so the reminder that you need to know is that math homework will be collected on Thursday. I'll update the homework board during lunch so that we know what is due. In our Desmos, what we're doing is called systems of equations, which honestly, if we did not start graph paper yesterday, we might want to start some graph paper.
I like this up. He was cool.
He did seem cool because he said, yeah, I'm confident enough in math. I'll teach this.
But then he's a social studies teacher, and he
So?
actually got like 2 things wrong. But that's okay.
That's okay. I get things wrong. I just...
It was kind of sad. It was sad, and it was kind of funny because he was like, okay, let's do this again. Let's do this
So,
again.
for the next 10 minutes, we're going to focus and only do Desmos. I'm sorry, you could get me off topic, and I have to fight against it. Because, like, I have a job to do, and I have to keep reminding myself, oh, this is being recorded. Anyone could go show how much of a not teacher I'm being today. So, for the next 10 minutes, we're going to just do the activity and not talk about anything else. Ooh. We got a lot of disagreement here. I'm not going to tell you what's right or wrong, but we got almost split perfectly. 8 say yes, 6 say no, a couple say I don't know, but I don't want to show the answers that people are typing in, which I think I already accidentally did. All right, mark what you think it is, give a little defense of why you think that, and then move on to the next slide. Now, did you have any indication that it was getting low before it got there? Take that, I'll bring the extension cord back there. I think there could be a lot of different numbers, but if they have a difference of 8, they're 8 away from each other. It's like 10 and 2, right? Like, could be an option, but I think there's a lot of options. we're still looking at slide 1, you just got to make a decision and move on, guys. Actually, I'm going to make you move on. Yep. Fine. Go back. If you don't have graph paper, you're gonna wanna have graph paper. Like, get it in the next minute or two. If you started fresh graph paper yesterday, that is great. What up? Who? Oh, she's not here today. At least she's not in this class. If she's here, she's not where she's supposed to be.
Yeah, she was in art. And she was like, where is she? Because like, she's usually really loud with Sally. And then everybody was like, where is she? Even this time, it was like, which is really funny because I'm usually not really loud in art. Neither am, but like, it's early in the morning.
If you haven't given your graph paper a header, let's indicate so that we know we're actually looking chapter 5, systems of equations. Now, what does it mean to have a system? It means multiple. We call this systems of equations because there are multiple equations that we are trying to make happen at once. So if we think about trying to write equations for this slide 1, is it possible to subtract two numbers? Well, do we know what either of those numbers are? Hold on, I'm trying to figure out where I left music playing because I don't know where I left it playing. Oh, now my computer's just straight mad at me. All right, so subtract two numbers to get 8. Owen?
4.5 and negative.
Is that what I asked? No. If it tells us subtract two numbers to get 8, do I know the two numbers it's talking about? No, not right off the bat. Do I know what I'm trying to get? Yes. Now, when I don't know what numbers are, what do we use? Variables. So what we're going to write down is, for example, which do we want to make bigger, the x or the y?
Y.
All right,
No,
so
I
y.
like X. Do X. I lied. Sorry about that.
If x is bigger, and we write x minus y equals 8, that is showing two numbers having a difference of 8. Now, what's the other thing they want us to do with those two numbers? Anybody? Add to get 1. So write on your paper how we would express that. Crap. X plus y. I already had the 1 in my brain. If you are choosing not to write this down, that is a choice you live with. Get both of these to y equals form. We practiced yesterday. and it's been on our homework, is going to continue being on our homework. We need to practice getting things into certain isolated forms. The first equation looks a little tougher. Maddie, it's just funny because I was trying to get you to be quiet and your card's on top. Maddie, what could I do over here? Like, what you tell me what you want to do, because there's 3 options. I mean, you can pass. We can't skip this question.
Wait.
Sure. There. I mean, you could. Sure.
Yeah, I like X. X can stay. We can subtract Y.
Do we want to subtract Y to get rid of it? How do we get rid of a minus Y? We could add Y. Guys, this is like one of many options. If I was you, I'd be writing this down. I know I've somehow defaulted to Christmas colors, but hey, it's coming. If you go to Home Depot, they're ready.
No, but like it's so like.
So wait, if we want to get this to Y equals, how do I get rid of the 8 to get this to be Y by itself? Yeah, minus 8. And if I do it on one side, I got to do it on the other. Does it matter that my Y is on the right? Absolutely not, because an equation can be flipped around. What do I now have on the left? Well, X minus 8, but I can't minus 8, so I'm just going to write X minus 8. Now for our and, this one's slightly easier over here. Ella's not here. Beatrix, what can I do to this right equation to get Y by itself? Subtract X, subtract X. Y equals 1 minus X, or I guess you could say negative X plus 1. Now, a question I really don't know the answer to. Will your computer let you open a new tab right now? Yeah. Open a new tab. Everybody open a new tab. Go to Desmos. I know, wait, but like, trust me. Open a new tab, go to Desmos. And click on Graphing Calculator. Guys, I should see hands on keyboards. I should see people doing. No, but I just asked people if you could open a new tab, and they said yes, which is what I'm asking you to do. We're not going into the activities like we normally do. We normally go into the activities. If you click on Graphing Calculator, type in the 2 equations we just derived, y equals 8 minus x and y equals 1 minus x. Let's type those in separately. So y equals x minus 8. Oh yeah, negative 8 would be the y-intercept. Our slope is 1. Okay, that makes sense to us. And then type in the other equation. Owen, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, quite legitimately, no. What were you doing? I'm going to teach you how to deal with that situation. It's really disrespectful for you to be off task of what I'm asking you to do, trying to look up your own way to get the homework problems done when I'm going to teach you that. It's essentially like you don't trust that I'm going to tell you what you need to know. Oh, hey. For those of us that maybe couldn't figure this out on our own, what are the 2 numbers, x and y, that satisfy the conditions they wanted? Oh, hey, look. If one number's 4.5 and the other number's negative 3.5, that satisfies those conditions. Both of them. Because my blue line is the one condition I wanted. My red line is the other condition I wanted. So we're probably going to come back to that activity more tomorrow. We're not done. Well, what we need to pop over into our notes, since we're going kind of out of order, and you could jot down really quick if x is 4.5 and y is negative 3.5. We're going to keep talking about how in the world we do this, but I just wanted to show you guys Desmos is more than just the activities that we do in there. This method right here on your 512, I'm being redundant and slow because I'm trying to make sure everyone gets this out, is what we in CPM call, I'm going to turn my page to make life easier, fraction busters. Busters, busting, I think because Ghostbusters, right? Who you going to call? Fraction busters. So now that you know what to Google, if you Google CPM fraction busters, you will find a lot of materials related to this because CPM's been around being taught by teachers since before COVID. And guess what happened during COVID? We all started posting things on YouTube. But don't do that right now because you have a live teacher in front of you to tell you what this is. To fraction bust, we look at our original equation and we ask ourselves, if I wanted to find a common denominator, I'm not telling you to do the common denominator, but if between 3, 2, and 6. Okay, some of you might be like, yeah, 12. We don't need to go all the way up to 12. 3 can become 6. 2 can become 6. And can 6 become 6? Well, it already is. So 6 is our common denominator. What we're showing here in step 2 is multiply both sides. And if you would like to abbreviate both sides to BS, that's up to you. If you'd like to write BS on your paper, I think math is not BS. We'll eat some BS on Friday. Well, are we? Bologna sandwiches. No, sorry, outsiders, bologna sandwiches. But so multiply by the common denominator on both sides. Guys, we did not have to make the fractions into common denominators. And really 6 as a fraction, guys, I would write this down, is 6 over 1. 6 over 1. And because that has to distribute, we need to make sure that we think about or show that we distribute this multiplication to both pieces inside the fraction. So B, what are we doing? Distribution. Distribution. Now guys, here's what I don't love. The in-between step they skip over, so I need you to look up here for a minute. I don't even want you to write this for a moment. I just want you to look up here. If we think about 6 as 6 over 1, and fractions just multiply straight through the top, straight through the bottom. Same colors. I'm going to show my distribution. What is 6 times 4? What is 6 times 3? What is 6? Oh. So, here's the other way. I don't want to, that's a big number. I don't like big numbers. Wah. I don't even know how to spell wah like I'm crying. Okay, flip my Post-it over. Hold on, hold on, hold on. There's a better way. What's 6 divided by 3? 2 times 4x. What's 6 divided by 2? Times 3x.
9x.
What's 6 divided by 6? Times 17. So you could do the multiplication and then do the simplification. Or, because we know multiplication and division happen together, do the division and then multiply. So it's up to you which route you take. But guys, that's how they got here. Is they did the 6 divided by 3 and or they could have done this and then reduced. But that makes me cry, so I avoid that way. So they just did the times 6, right? I don't even know how to describe it, simplify? I think really just simplify. Then what'd they do between the next steps? 8x plus 9x. Yep, they combine like terms. And how do you get 17x just down to a single x? Divide. Well, thank you. Apparently, I haven't worn these that much this year because multiple people have commented about them, so I guess.
Well, see, I like repetition. So, I mean, I've already complimented you on those, but they still look really good, you know? Like, Mr. Estes still wears, the green sweater, the green and gray sweater, but I still compliment him because he looks good.
So, down here, real quick, I know it's time to go, but real quick, 9, 2, and 3. Can 3 become 9? Yes. But can 2 become 9? No. So we're going to have to pick a bigger, common denominator here to do fraction busters. But guys, if you look up here at what we did together, and I'm probably going to post another math teacher's, fraction busters video. I might make one of my own, but it's quicker to post somebody else's. But all right, that's how we do fraction busting. We'll do more in the Desmos tomorrow. But yeah, that's the main part of the lesson we needed. So you could, if your computer's not totally charged, leave it here.